Hi everybody, here are the highlights of the Union Budget 2022-23. The budget has been made with the primary objective being that it is growth and people-centric. Growth-centric, through public investment for modern infrastructure, the focus is on PM Nari Shakti, productivity enhancement, energy transition, climate action, financing of investments. And in people-centric, through inclusive development and by catered to needs of youth, women, farmers, the scheduled caste, and the scheduled tribes. So basically the stated objectives of this union budget are as follows. Firstly, complementing the macroeconomic level growth focus with a microeconomic level all-inclusive welfare focus. Secondly, promoting digital economy and fintech, technology-enabled development, energy transition and climate action. And thirdly, relying on virtuous cycles starting from private investment with public capital investment, helping to crowd in private investment. So moving on to the economy side of the union budget. So the capex target expanded by 35.4% from 5.54 lakh crore to rupees 7.50 lakh crore. Fiscal year 23 effective capex seen at rupees 10.7 lakh crore. Moving on, emergency credit linked guarantee scheme cover expanded by rupees 50,000 to rupees 5 lakh crore. Top focus of the budget this year were as follows. Productivity linked incentive schemes in 14 sectors have received excellent response, received investment intentions worth rupees 30 crore. Economic recovery benefiting from public investment and capital spending. This budget will provide impetus growth to us. So moving on to the taxes. Tax rates have not been changed and the government has not stepped up personal tax as the impact on different sections of the society has yet not been clear. Taxpayers can now avail of a 2-year window to file revised returns if they have forgotten or erred in missing returns. This will help reduce friction with the tax department and also enhance compliance among taxpayers. Tax deduction limit increased to 14% on employees' contribution to NP's account of state government employees. Reduced alternate minimum tax for cooperatives from 18.5% to 15%. And lastly, it has also reduced of surcharge cooperatives from 12% to 7% for those having income below 1 crore. So moving on to the jobs. So the ECLGS extended till March 2023, in which 60 lakh jobs eyed in next 5 years. Efforts of central state governments leading to jobs, entrepreneurial opportunities, digital ecosystems for skilling and livelihood to be launched, which shall aim to skill, reskill, upskill citizens through online training. There will also be an introduction of API-based skill credentials, payment layers to find relevant jobs and opportunities. So here are the few reforms to ease the conduct of economic activity. One nation, one registration will be established for anywhere registration to facilitate ease of living and doing businesses. Budget has further simplified tax system by introducing new updated return where people can file updated return within 2 years of the filed IT returns. Many complicated and faceless customs have been phased out to simplify businesses. This shall be an enabler in PLI schemes and ease of doing businesses. Proactive in availing of innovations in economy. So the announcement for a digital rupee shows that the government of India's recognition of the blockchain technology. This will open a whole new world and better front in currency management and boost the overall economy. Also, with the introduction of the CBDC will further enhance India's status as a digital economy given its world-class digital payment system. This move is in sync with how other nations such as China, England, etc. are moving. Apart from all this, government has removed and ended the ambiguity around the status of cryptocurrencies in India. By taxing this asset class, the government has given it to legality. there has been an imposition of 30% plus tax on all virtual digital assets, both cryptocurrencies and NFTs. So moving on to the infrastructure. National highway networks to be expanded by 25,000 kilometers during financial year 22-23. Secondly, Dash Stack e-portal to be launched to promote digital infra. Strategic transfer of ownership of Air India completed. 2,000 kilometers to be bought under Kavach by financial year 22-23. 4 multimodal national parks contracts will be awarded in financial year 23. One product, one railway station will be popularized, and also 400 new Vande Bharat trains to be introduced in India. PM Gati Shakti master plan for expressways will be formulated in next financial year, and also 100 PM Gati Shakti terminals to be set up in next 3 years. Focus on public investments to modernize infrastructure over the medium term, leveraging such platforms of Gati Shakti via multimodal approach. Also, in PM Gati Shakti will pull forward the economy and will lead to more jobs and opportunities for the youth. So here are some of the points what the infrastructure talks about. Boost provided to capital expenditures has reassured the markets. Steep hike in capital expenditure was a key ask of the market. It is about rupees 2 lakh crore higher. Outlay for capital expenditure increased by 35.4% from previous year to 7.50 lakh crore in 2022 and 23. Secondly, rupees 1 lakh crore to assist the states in catalyzing the overall investment in the economy. These 50 years interest-free loans are over and above the normal borrowings to the states. Talking about the startups have emerged as drivers of growth for our economy. Country now has over 61,400 startups recognized, with almost 75% districts having at least one startup each. And recognizing this, the tax benefits in terms of redemption has been extended by 1 year besides the existing 3 years. Moving on to the agriculture. Through agriculture procurement, over 163 lakh farmers will get 2.37 lakh crore direct payments of MSP value to their bank accounts. Secondly, to reduce our dependence on import of oilseeds, a rationalized and comprehensive scheme to increase domestic production of oilseeds will also be implemented. Use of Kisan drones will be promoted for crop assessment, digitalization of land records, spraying of insecticides and nutrients. Government to pay 2.37 lakh crore towards procurement of wheat and paddy under MSP operations. 22-23 has been announced as International Year of Millets. Railways will develop new products for small farmers and MSMEs. A rationalized scheme to increase domestic oilseeds production will be brought in to cut down imports. Kisan drones for crop assessment, land records, spraying of insecticides expected to drive a wave of technology specifically in the agri sector. Ken Betwa river linking project worth rupees 44,605 crore announced. Draft DPRs for 5 river links have also been finalized. Finance startups to be incentives to aid rural enterprises, and natural farming will be promoted along Ganga River corridor. A completely paperless e-bill system will be launched by ministries for all these procurements, and financial support will be provided to farmers to take up agroforestry. Budget, closes loophole on treating cess or surcharges as expenditures. So here we have the tax law, which will be amended to clarify that cess or surcharge on income tax cannot be treated as business expenditure. This will mean that businesses cannot claim this amount as an expense and lower their taxable income to that extent. Also, with the innovation of innovative initiatives like e-passports will help support a faster revival of international travel in a pandemic-driven environment. An open platform for the national digital health ecosystem will be rolled out. It will consist of digital registries of health providers, and hence this unique identity consent framework with an universal access to health facilities. So moving on to the clean energy push. So over here it talks about that power stocks have already surged after allocation for hydro and solar projects in financial year 23. So to move towards cleaner energy and environment-friendly transportation, the government continues to put efforts in the right direction. Ambiguous allocation and not just lip service. There has been huge increase allocation for renewable energy from rupees 15,000 crore to rupees 1 lakh crore. Will provide a significant boost to the fiscal capacity of states and help them catalyze capex via PMGSY, Nari Shakti and TOD among other schemes. Also, this battery swapping policy charging station will be launched at scale. Push to make India electric vehicle friendly ecosystem. India has thought that given that batteries account for 40% of the cost of an electric vehicle, standardizing battery swapping infrastructure will accelerate economies of scale and hasten EV adoption. Exclusive EV zones and focus on battery swapping will be good news for the EV sector. Talking about blending of fuel, unblended fuel shall attract additional excise duty of rupees 2 litre. So push towards blended petrol, and also will be having sovereign green bonds to be issued in public sector projects to reduce carbon footprint initiatives in the economy. Now coming on to the people-centric budget of this Union Budget 22-23. So the people-centric budget covers women and children and also finance and inclusion. So talking about the women and children. Recognizing the importance of Nari Shakti, 3 schemes were launched to provide integrated development for women and children. 2 lakh Anganwadis to be upgraded for improving child health and ease of business. 75,000 compliances have been eliminated and 1486 union laws repealed to make it easier for businesses. Also, voluntary exit for corporates to be cut down to 6 months from 2 years. So coming on to the finance and inclusion, rupees 1 lakh crore financial assistance to states to be provided in 2022 to 2023 to catalyze investments. Secondly, proposed to introduce digital rupee by Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, using blockchain technology starting from 2022. Measures will be taken to set up private capital in infrastructure. Also, digital rupee to be rolled out by 2023. 100% of 1.5 lakh post offices will come on the core banking system, enabling financial inclusion and access to accounts through net banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and also provide online transfer of funds between post office accounts and bank accounts. This will be helpful especially for farmers and senior citizens in rural areas, enabling interoperability and financial inclusion. IBC amendments to enhance efficiency of resolution process, facilitate cross-border insolvency resolution, to speed up voluntary winding up of companies, and 75 digital banks in 75 districts will be set up by scheduled commercial banks to encourage digital payments in India. International Arbitration Center will set up in GIFT city to provide faster dispute resolution. And lastly, world-class university to be allowed in GIFT IFSC free from domestic regulation, says the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. So here we are done with the Union Budget analysis for 2022 and 23. Thank you.